Launching Void Vessel Exploration Operation.
Descendant, I've analyzed the data you've uploaded. I was wondering if you had a moment to discuss them. There you are. You've done a great job collecting the data. I've processed and analyzed the information you uploaded. Let me break it down for you. Firstly, we only discovered VV-072 recently, but the Vulgus records go back way before we discovered it. That means the Vulgus didn't discover VV-072 around the same time as we did. They'd already been there for a long time. Luckily, the data you collected was quite detailed, giving us some clues as to why the Vulgus went to VV-072 and what they've been looking for there all this time. For starters, the information the Vulgus are after is probably related to the Ironhearts, and it's most likely the information on where the Ironhearts are hidden.
How can you be sure?
Look, this is geographical data on Ingress. It accounts for a significant portion of all the data we have, and some of it is locked with quantum encryption. The Vulgus surveyed the entire topography of Ingress 100 years ago. For them to go all the way to the Void Abyss to look for topographical information means...
It probably has something to do with the Ironhearts.
Considering how accurately Corell was able to locate the Ironheart, he must have found the information here.
If only we'd been faster. We could have turned the tables on them. Wait. Inez. What's this?
Oh, I was just about to get to that. This data is very old. It's about an engagement the Vulgus fought against an enemy on VV-072.
Hang on. Isn't this referring to Aisha's squad?
Yes, that's what I thought too. The way they described how they looked, the technology they used, their firearms, and especially the mention of the rose of Aisha, Aisha's weapon. Everything fits, down to the bullet specs.
That means Aisha's squad survived the Void Storm and made it to VV-072.
It seems that way, but there's no record of what happened to them. If the Vulgus had killed them, it would be in these records. But there's nothing further after an entry saying they lost the targets. It's complicated. Anyway, Descendant, I'll go over this with HQ and get back to you.
Descendant, I need to speak with you in private. Can you spare a minute?
If you have something to say, let's talk. I overheard your conversation with Inez and Keelan. As they guessed, the enemy that the Vulgus engaged was definitely Aisha. I had my doubts when I started reviewing the records, but when it got to the part about a red handgun and the rose engraved on it, I was convinced. A handgun engraved with a red rose was Aisha's most cherished weapon. As you know, not many Descendants use handguns as their primary weapon, and no Descendant would insist on using a handgun unless it was an RK unique weapon. For me, that confirmed the enemy that the Vulgus engaged, mentioned in those records, was Aisha. I've been obsessed with finding Aisha, waiting for the right time to go and search for her. Now that the opportunity is finally here, I've been excluded from the operation. I don't resent Alpha's decision. He's made a wise choice. But I need to ask you to do something. It's now or never. Will you look for signs of Aisha during this operation? It doesn't matter how small they are. I want to see them with my own eyes. I desperately need this.
This is Descendant Eckert. Are you busy? I've been refining the Void Vessel record tracking algorithm at HQ's request. I'll need to talk you through it. Could you spare some time?
This is an important operation, so listen carefully.
Just say the word. I'll find out everything for you. You're here. This is the device with the improved algorithm. I've added a couple of features to the Void radar configuration. Firstly, I've altered the data collection device so it detects certain wavelengths within the coordinates. I've also added a feature to amplify and track RK traces once detected, even the faintest amount. Even if the level of RK emissions drops below the threshold, it shouldn't be a problem, as long as it has been detected. The device will accurately amplify the traces and recalculate their location. It gave me some headaches along the way, but it all turned out okay. Take it to Seneca, and that's it. It'll start functioning once he's installed it. What I found most interesting during the development of the algorithm was in order to reduce the interference from void energy, I had to incorporate the principle of modulation of the gamma value of the reflected wavelength. Descendant? Descendant, are you listening?
Have you completed preparations? Hello, Descendant. I've been waiting for you. That must be the algorithm Eckert modified. I'll apply it right now. When the algorithm activates, you'll be able to detect data that was previously obscured by the high levels of void energy. It'll provide an opportunity to retrieve data that would otherwise be missed due to the wavelengths. The first data to collect is the RK wavelengths remaining on BB072. These are the records left behind by any descendants. This is a chance for us to see events that took place, people we've lost, and any truths that may have been obscured. Descendant, I hope you return safely after completing the operation.
What is it now? In the time that we have been able to observe the Void Abyss, we've run into a problem. It seems that the Colossi in the Void Abyss that we've observed have also spotted Ingress. Seneca believes that our ability to observe the Void Abyss is due to the reduction in space between the Void and Ingress. If Seneca's hypothesis is correct, it also explains how the Colossi in the Void Abyss were able to detect Ingress. The problem is that the wavelengths of the Colossi that have been detected are different than normal. They are several orders of magnitude above standard. It is probably the largest reading ever recorded for a Colossus. Inez is investigating to see if this phenomenon is related to the exploration of BV072. As soon as we have more information, I will pass it along. Please head to Intercept immediately. I wish you the best of luck, Descendant.
Descendant, I know the situation is urgent, but I have information to relay to you. I will be waiting. There are traces of a special wavelength in the Colossus energy that Seneca identified. A trace that only I can detect, thanks to my void energy sensory amplification algorithm. It is very faint, but it is a trace of RK. Of course, it is possible that the RK trace on the Colossus is a result of a number of coincidences. It would not be surprising if a Colossus who fought a battle with the ancestors in the distant past retained these traces in the aftermath of the battle. Colossi are also still shrouded in mystery for the most part, so I would not be surprised if some of them have powers related to RK. Descendant, we need a sample to determine why this Colossus has RK traces on it. I will collect the data once you have intercepted it.
space-time fabric of the void is a Descendant. I know you fought your fair share of intercept battles, but this one will be a real challenge. The enemy shows the highest void energy readings of any Colossus I've ever observed. Yet the Colossi that we've dealt with so far fall within what we consider a normal range. Well, this one far exceeds that. At first I thought it must be an error. But you are about to face the most powerful Colossus you will have ever encountered. Please, be careful. I'll begin preparations to intercept right away. Are you ready? Are you ready to undertake a void intercept battle assignment?